Hello, everybody, and welcome to Early Access Podcast, episode 16. I am your host, Angelo, as always. And hope everybody had a happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. Or Passover. If you were Jewish, happy Passover. I don't know if any other holidays fall this weekend. That's my ignorance. I'm sorry. However, I spent my Easter playing a bunch of video games, hanging out with my wonderful girlfriend, and seeing some family. I hope you guys all did the same over the holiday break. So let's just jump into the games I've been playing. So up first on the list of games I've been playing is this game called Necro. Now Necro came out in May. It came out in May of last year. I decided to contact the devs because they had a big update. I played about a couple hours of this game. It's $20 on Steam. It's still in early access. However, if I'm not mistaken, it's nearing completion. And now that I think of it, I wonder if I spoke about this in my last show before I go repeating myself. Maybe I did. It's not up on my show notes for last week. So Necro is a top-down, third-person, isometric, I believe, view, a la Diablo. And you play as a necromancer. And there's stages. It's not really open world like you would expect this kind of game to be. However, it looks really cool. The graphics are cartoony and goofy, but they're fun. But yeah, you pick a necromancer. It's got a little bit of RPG in there. And you just wreak havoc and destroy a bunch of creatures. It's a lot of fun. I think it's worth the $20. It seems really deep. You have different abilities that allow you to summon minions from the depths of hell, I'm assuming. It might not be hell, what do I know? But it looks really cool. Check it out. They did a really good job with it, and as I said, they're on update 0.8, so they're coming up on what has to be a release date. So let me jump into, let's see, what's the latest game? All right. So I got my hands on this game called Force 2 The Rush. Now, Force 2 isn't out yet. It doesn't even have a release date. It just says 2015. However, I got my hands on it. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait for this game to come out. I can't wait for more people to get their hands on this game. It's a sequel to the original Forced, so if you didn't play that, what it is, again, it's another third-person isometric view game, but the things that this game does I've never seen before. So basically what happens is you're working your way through a series of levels, and you pick a character. Your character has his own abilities, but you also have a deck that you build as you play the level. So at the end of every round, you get more cards that you draw, and you get I forget what it's called. I want to say mana, but I'm not too sure. It accumulates at the end of every round, and every card that you draw has a mana cost associated with it, and you can use those cards to power up your character. Basically, you want to strategically build this deck using these cards that you collect, and make your champion stronger so you can beat the boss at the end of the level. Really cool. They did a really good job with it. It's a lot of fun. I would totally check it out. I don't know what else to say about it. It's just a really well done game. It looks great. It's a lot of fun. It's not out yet though, so you're gonna have to keep an eye on it. I think, what's the website you can check out to keep an eye on it? It's forced2.com, so check that out. Hold on one second. Why did this drop? It had me so loud at the beginning, and then all of a sudden. However, I spent my Easter playing. No, it's dropping off. And make your champion stronger so you can beat the boss at the end of the level. Really cool. They did a really good job with it. It's a lot of fun. So check that out. See, when you watch it live, you get a sneak peek. Forced2.com. So check that out. See, when you watch it live, the YouTube version of this and the Twitch version of this, you get to see what I'm actually fucking doing. All right, where was I? 2.com. So check that out. The audio is pretty low for some reason. So check that talking out. Right into this goddamn microphone too. All right. So check that out. All right. So yeah, check it out. It's it looks like it's going to be a really well done, polished game. The first game had a lot of positive reviews. This one already has positive reviews. Has 4. It's pre-release reviews. I can't add a review yet. I have one up on the website. So check that out if you want to read a little bit about it. Let's see. All right, the next game I got up is this game called Devouring Stars. It's $10. It's in early access. It just came out. Now, Devouring Stars is a real-time strategy game. And it's hard to explain. I don't know the actual genre of this game. So if you've ever played one of those games where you have a base that starts with X amount of units, and then you're taking those units and trying to get to other bases that generate units, and then you're trying to beat your opponent by having more units when you collide with their bases. I don't know what the type of game is called, but that's what this game is. It does some really cool things that are unique to this type of game, which is they have the ability to combine units to make them better. However, the one thing that really put me off of this game was the fact that the UI it's minimalist. So there's no stats on the screen. Like, it's all visual. So basically what happens is you're these planets that are absorbing stars, and that's your power level. But to see how much power your guy actually has, you have to hit the space bar and do an active pause and look at it. Now, I understand what the developer's going for here. He wants you to feel powerful. So what happens is, as you pick up these stars, you actually have this cosmos whirling around your entities. That's what they're called. So it gives a visual look about it. But I want to see the numbers. I want to be able to mouse over the characters, like the different entities, and see what the stats are and see what their abilities are, which just isn't there, which for me is a turnoff. I wrote a review on Steam. I didn't recommend it. I'm going to keep a close eye on it, though. If you like this game, though, totally go check it out. I can't stress that enough. Actually, it brings me to a thing that happened over the past couple days. There was a lot of hits on the Quest event review that I did. It's over 700 people have interacted with it. It's got like 40 comments. And the thing is, I cannot stress this enough. These reviews are opinions. It's just like any reviewer, any critic of anything. You try to go towards people that have similar taste in games as you, or not just taste, but also just opinions that you would have about things. So, or would see things the same way. And I want you to have that interaction with me. So yeah, I'm not going to agree with everybody 100% of the time. But I just want to point it out because people are all on my case about the Quest event review and about how maybe I should, give that guy a benefit of the doubt, but he's taking advantage of the system, so I can't do that. However, a game like Devouring Stars, I gave it a negative review, but I want to point out that I will be looking at this game as it develops, and I will update the review if the game changes in a way that I feel, for me, it's worth recommending to people. So all I can say is right now is go check it out. If it's for you, it's for you. Go play it. I make videos so you can, get a good idea of what they're about. My opinion is my opinion. Watch the video, see the true first look of it, and make that opinion on, make a decision on your own. If we took critics' advice for everything, I don't think anybody would watch any comedy movies because they always get rated so low. All right. So enough ranting. Let's get on to the next game. So the next game is this game called Void Expanse. Now, this is the first game since I've been doing this podcast, this is the first game I played the most of. I think I've already put 8 or 9 hours into this game. Um, Void Expanse is just such a fun game for me. It's a top-down space sim game, sci-fi. You have a ship. You can do whatever you want. You can search through the stars. You can become a miner and mine asteroids for money and just upgrade your ship and have a better ship. It's got a very deep skill tree. It turned out really well. I think this game's great. It's not in early access. This is a full game. It's $13.49 right now. It just came out. I love this game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's very big. It's procedurally generated, so every time you play it, it's different. And your goal is, I don't know, I haven't finished the game yet. Basically, what you do is you start the game, you pick a character type that you want to be, and you just do whatever you want. And it seems like there is a story. You're going from planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy, interacting with different factions and pirates and aliens, and you're trying to get into the alien territory, and that's all I know. However, it's just a lot of fun. It's very polished. The devs are active on the forums. They're trying to, still trying to interact with the people that are playing this game to make sure that you're having the most fun. But it's a great little action role-playing game. I just can't recommend it enough, especially at $13.49. It's like a top-down version of that game, Elite Dangerous, it seems like. I haven't played Elite Dangerous yet, but it's definitely something I wanna check out. So I would totally go for that right now. I would check this out. It's only $13. Yeah, like I said, I've put the most time into this than I have any other early access game to this point since doing the podcast. So totally check this one out. Actually, it's got a lot of 70%, 110 reviews. See, but the negative reviews are from people that don't review a lot of games. They do have a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna see. Let's see. What does this guy have to say? After a few hours in, or beyond level 25, you realize that the game has offered everything it possibly can. Progress suddenly becomes repetitive. See, I don't think people realize that this isn't a game that you grind on endlessly. This is, you're trying to, you're going to replay this game over and over again. Again, my opinion, but these people are like complaining about how you just hit a brick wall and you're grinding, but you're grinding for a means. You're trying to get into the alien territory. You're trying to, follow out the storyline, try the different factions out. This isn't a one and done kind of game. It's procedurally generated. The universe is huge. So, I don't know. Screw those guys, right? All right. So, the last game I literally just got done playing. It's called The Falling Sun. Now, this comes out in 2 days. It doesn't have a price point yet. I wish I could tell you more, but I cannot. So, The Falling Sun, it's a horror game. It's being made in the Unity engine. I talked about this like a couple episodes ago. It's a World War II game set in Burma. I only played about 20 minutes because I didn't want to get too far into the whole early access chunk that they're releasing. But I'll tell you what, I hate horror games. I hate like in a way that like I like them. Like the same reason you watch scary movies, because they scare you. That's why I play horror games, because I get freaked out so bad. It scared me sufficiently. There's some things that could be fixed in the game. There's some load issues and everything like that. And without knowing the price right now, I can't really recommend it or not. I think based on just what I played of it, I would love to play more. So that's one of those things that, like, best recommendation I can give. If there was more of this to play, would I play it? And the answer is yes. Yes, I would play it. And I think that's the way I'm going to start reviewing more things in early access. So I would check it out. I would keep an eye on it. It's coming up in 2 days, or a day. This will be coming out on Monday. All right, so the next thing on my list is new releases, if I can find them. All right, so as I mentioned, Devouring Stars was released, and Void Expanse was released. So there was 2 other games that were released over the past couple days. One is called Nightside. Now, Nightside is $8.99. It's usually $9.99 on Steam. It is a real-time strategy game. That's all I know about it. You know, RTSs aren't my thing, so I probably won't end up reviewing this one. However, if you want to check it out, it looks all right. No one's reviewed it yet, though. Oh, no, there is a couple reviews. For some reason, it doesn't say it. Helpful, only positive. I want to give you guys an idea of how many people say there's 3 positive reviews and no negative reviews. So there you go. Doesn't seem very deep, but the taste is pleasant. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but it did come out, and it is a real-time strategy game. So if that's your thing, go check it out. All right, this other game I haven't played yet. It's $8 on Steam. It's called Zenzizenzic. Zenzizenzic. I don't know how to say it. It doesn't make sense to me. So it says it's a fast-paced, adrenaline-infused, twin-stick bullet hell shoot 'em up. It looks really cool. It's got like a pixel art style. I love games like this because they're usually cheap but effective. So, why wouldn't you play a game like this? It's $8 though, so I don't know how well that plays. Like $8 is a lot. There's a lot of really good twin stick games out there that aren't $8. So, do a little research, watch the video, check it out, and see if that's something that you'd be into. All right, so we're winding down here. I grabbed one update. Quest event also had an update, but it wasn't anything particularly important, so I'm not even going to bother with it. However, I grabbed one update for a game that I've wanted to play for a while, and I'm actually going to try to get in touch with them because they just put out a big update. I might actually just go buy it. It's a game called Grav. Now, when it first came out, I remember reading the reviews, and they were kind of mixed. Grav is another one of those survival, open-world survival sandbox games. I don't even know if it's a survival game. I think it's just an open-world sandbox, like RPG. However, they just put out a really big update, and I'm not going to read any of it. It is so long and deep. So much crap to this game. A lot of bug fixes. They're balancing things. I think that's great. But this, I'm not even kidding. This is like pages and pages. I mean, not pages and pages, but it's probably 40, 50 updates. They raised the level cap, so that's a cool one. But real quick, I just want to jump over to their page, and want to see how frequent their updates are. So let's see, you got this, which is April 5th. So we're talking today. This big patch came out today, and another. Oh, okay. So they had another patch today. The big patch was April 2nd, but then they hot fixed a bunch of stuff for today. So that's awesome. So it seems like they're getting patches out about twice a month. So gotta like that. Gotta like when devs are on top of stuff. The game's $19.99. It's 75% positive with 1,200 reviews. So if you like sandbox RPG type games, this one seems to be fun. It's like this weird science fiction-y game. Showing you pictures. But it's an open world science fiction alien cool look. I mean, it looks so cool. I can't wait to check it out. So that's going to lead us into the end of the podcast here. We got 2 games real quick for what's coming up. Now, one game, all right, we'll start with this one. It's called Crystal Rift, and it's a grid-based dungeon crawler, first person. It looks kind of shitty. However, the cool thing is it's for VR and Oculus Rift support. I don't have an Oculus. I would like one. If anybody wants to buy me one, you can send it my way. However, I don't have an Oculus, so I'm not going to be playing this. But I wanted to point it out that this kind of stuff is coming out, and it exists. And this will be coming out on the 20th of April. It's going to hit early access. And if you have access to the VR, there you go. You have something to try out. I'm excited for the VR. and hopefully I get my hands on some kind of VR soon. All right, so the last game that I saw comes out tomorrow. Well, today technically. It's called Solar System Conflict. Now, again, it's another space survival game. When it comes out, it's only going to be basically Rust, one planet, whatever. What got my attention about this game, however, is the fact that they are going to be putting in space travel. So it's not going to be one planet multiplayer. It's going to be multiple planet multiplayer. You're going to be able to build a ship, repair the ship, upgrade your ship, and jump to another planet. So goddamn cool. If this works and they just have multiple planets on the same server, and you can go to one planet and your friends and another group can go to another planet with their friends, and instead of worrying about people raiding your base every day, you can jump to another planet and hang out and then do war with another planet. I think it makes the game world a lot bigger. You run into people less often. It allows you to hide a little bit better. I think this is exactly the kind of steps that we need to go towards for a good open world survival sandbox game. The ability to separate yourself from the rest of the world a little bit, so you're not always being, just randomly walked upon. However, if hacking is a problem with this game, it's going to fail, just like everything else is failing. Everybody's still playing it. Don't get me wrong. H1Z1, people still play it. DayZ, Rust, just the laundry list is there. However, with the hacking, most people just can't play those games. It's hard. So I don't blame people for having a problem with these games. However, I'm super excited for what this one's trying to do, and I hope it works, and I'm excited to check that out. It reminds me of that game No Man's Sky that's coming out, which should be a fucking open world space survival game. But, I didn't make it, so what do I know? So that's going to do it for this episode of Early Access Podcast. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, check out earlyaccesspodcast.com for all the reviews that I do. Check out Early Access Podcast on YouTube. Check out Early Access Podcast on Patreon. And if you want to support the show, go to the website, click through the Amazon banner at the top of the page, bookmark it. Every time you use Amazon, make sure you use that link. I get a little kickback. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps us all out. But until next time, don't forget something. I don't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you guys in a couple days. Happy Easter.